Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to episode 1 of something I'm going to call Trucker Money. You've probably seen some other trucking channels that they'll sit down at the end of every week and talk about the different loads that they did, what they paid, how everything went, what other expenses they had, stuff like that. One guy that does that is Cash is King Trucking, so shout out to him. If you haven't checked out his channel, check that out. Really nice guy. And it can be kind of motivational and inspirational to know that you're not alone, that other people are struggling too, or if somebody else is doing well, it can give you hope to kind of achieve that. At least that's kind of the way I see it. I want to kind of take this in a different direction though, because if you watch my channel before, you know I kind of do things different, kind of weird. You're welcome, no problem. Happy to help. I'm going to do a weekly recap about something I've talked about earlier, about kind of side income or side hustles or investing, things like that. Financial things, personal finance in general. We'll talk about what money I made for that week. Everything's going to be outside of trucking. Who paid me? Did anybody take money away from me? Did anybody, give me a raise? Things like that. And also talk about any additional investments I've made. Now, on that note, I have a lot of subscribers that are gold and silver bugs. And hey, you're my kind of people. I love that stuff too. But some people can get very narrow-mindedly focused on one thing and think there's only one thing to play things. And I just hope that people can kind of keep an open mind if you're like that. I'm not criticizing you. I love those investments too. But something that life has taught me in general is that there's a season for everything. Okay? There's a season for gold and silver. There's definitely a season for real estate. There's definitely a season for all these different things. And I think over the course, this isn't going to be all about the stock market. Over the course of time, there's going to be some different directions we go in here that are kind of interesting, you'll probably never thought of before. So, I hope everybody can kind of keep an open mind. And there's more than one play on inflation. There's more than one play on, depression, good economy, bad economy. And also on that lines too, there's a camp that says everything's going to collapse. It's all over. We're screwed. We're done. I don't know. You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong either. You could very well be right. There's some ways to play that too, honestly. So I hope everybody keep an open mind. People are, oh, you're going to lose all your money. Why are you doing that? Well, if that happens, hey, it's my money I lost. I'm losing your money. I'm not investing your money. And this is not investment advice. It's just kind of doing this for inspiration and motivation to help everybody build that better lifestyle. Think about it this way. With everything we're going through right now with trucking, how sucky things are for a lot of people. Say we get through this, you get back on track, and you start kind of thinking, you know what? I want to start doing what he's talking about and building that lifestyle. And this happens again in, hell, 5 years, 10 years. And all that time you've been working that plan. And all of a sudden this happens again. And you get laid off, you can't work. But now all of a sudden, instead of nothing, just unemployment, you have $500, $1,500 a month coming in from other sources that are, most of my sources are passive, by the way, which means I don't have to work at them. I plant the seed and then let it grow and pick the fruit. Okay? Not all of it. Some of it's somewhat active, like real estate, rental properties. You gotta do work on that. So yeah, I hope that people approach this kind of with an open mind. It'll be interesting. That'll say for sure. Over the course of time, you'll see some patterns, such as, geez, this guy invests like an 80-year-old. He's that conservative. Well, thank you. That's a compliment. I don't feel like I need to take a lot of risk to build something for myself. If you really have a plan and see things through, and that's another thing. Your plan will be different from my plan. And that's great. It should be. All I'm asking is that you have a plan. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. Remember that. So at least have some kind of plan. Even if your plan is to say, I want to have an additional $50 a month coming in from some other source. That's a great plan. Just get about doing it. Okay? I hope to inspire that. So let's just get started here. Boy, I don't even know where to start. Okay. My first couple live streams talked about finance a little bit, economics. I talked about if you're going to invest right now, especially in the stock market, it's a time for quality. It's not to be a time to take a lot of risk or investing in risky things or junk things. And I really feel justified in that, being the things that are happening. I actually got some raises here. Let's talk about them first. So 1, 2, I got my notebook out here. I'm looking at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 companies in my portfolio just raised their dividend. One as high as 7%. 3 of them were in the range of 6%. One was less than 1, and 2 of them were less than 1%. So 7% was Pepsi. They hiked their dividend 7%. So that's a nice little raise. And then Southern Company, which is a regulated utility, Johnson & Johnson, IBM, Procter & Gamble, and Realty Income, ticker symbol O. You've heard me talk about them in a previous video. All these companies just raise their dividends. So for being nothing more than a shareholder, I get a raise. Well, that might not seem like a big deal to you, but think about what's going on in the world with this pandemic and the horrible economic situation we're in. Because of investing in quality, these companies have done very well. They've actually, increased their dividends rather than cutting or eliminating. You've probably heard about Disney and all the airlines and Boeing, these companies just eliminating their dividends. Well, there's certain companies that I can't say they're immune to it, but their businesses are so big and they're so part of our life that they've done well. Okay? Like Procter & Gamble. Everybody needs toothpaste, everybody needs laundry detergent, things like that. We're always going to use those kinds of things. Okay? They make toilet paper also. They make dozens of different products. It's kind of the way I like to look at things, is I want things that people need and will always need. Okay? So we got some raises there. That was nice. I got my first dividend cut of all time. Royal Dutch Shell. Ticker symbol RDSB. They didn't cut it completely. They lowered it 66% to 16 cents per share. It was kind of a preemptive thing. They could have paid it, but they're like, why don't we just preserve capital right now, be cautious, and get through this, and then we'll start raising it up again. Because of course you all know what's going on in the oil market right now. Oil is just awful, and I expect more of this to come. ExxonMobil has reaffirmed that they will pay their dividend. They have the money to pay it for some time. Chevron has said they will continue to pay their dividend. Chevron's a great company. They got plenty of money to continue paying their dividend. The one I'm worried about is BP. And it would be smart, it would be the right thing to do for them to cut their dividend, or at least reduce it. Normally if somebody cut their dividend, it would be like, wait a minute, I gotta reevaluate here if I really want to own this position. But when it would be smart like this, at a time like this, to lower it and survive, reinstate it later, that's a smart thing to do. I can't be mad at them for that. So those are the cuts and the hikes I talk about for this week. And so next week I'll talk about income. We're just going to go back to May 1st here, because we're kind of starting in the middle of the month. From this point going forward, we'll just do 1 week at a time. So beginning of the month, we got
volume is at 100%.
Doggone GPS. Beginning of the month, we got some rental income come in from some residential single family housing. That doesn't take, it's hard to manage rental property when you're on the road. You can imagine that. By the way, stay tuned for part 2 of real estate investing for truck drivers. It'll be out soon. I got it done, I just got to get it edited. But it's really the nightmare stories aren't as bad as what people say. You're not going to constantly have furnaces going out, constantly this, constantly that. And if you do, you just establish a call list. Say, this is my plumber, this is my HVAC guy, this is my handyman, and they'll take care of it. There's not a ton that you have to do. If you're home, I do those things myself. But if we're on the road, then somebody else takes care of it. So we had some income come in from that, and then we could talk about here also some dividends. We got a few dividends so far this month. May is a pretty good month. June will be even a better month. So General Mills, everybody knows who General Mills is. They paid. Campbell's Soup Company, ticker symbol CPB. Clorox, everybody knows who Clorox is. Toronto Dominion is a Canadian bank. It's one of the bigger Canadian banks. They're just a good quality bank. I like Canadian banks better than I do U.S. banks. They just seem to, in my opinion, be a little less risky. Cisco, not the computer company, the food service company. Ticker symbol SYY. They're struggling during this hard time. I mean, all the restaurants are out of business, the schools shut down. That's a lot of their business, but they're doing okay. They're making it through. They didn't have to cut their dividend, and they'll be back. And then Verizon, everybody knows who Verizon is. Altria, ticker symbol MO. Altria is, well, they used to be called Philip Morris, and then they split and changed their name and blah blah blah. They're the cigarette company. They also own 10% of Budweiser. They're in a lot of different things besides cigarettes, and some people have a moral objection to owning things like that. That's a whole nother topic for now. I definitely have some businesses I won't own because of moral objections. I don't have as much of a problem with Altria because it's consenting adults. I mean, it's if you consent to smoke cigarettes, hey, you're an adult. You can make that decision for yourself. It's kind of how I look at it. AbbVie, ABBV. AbbVie is a pharmaceutical company. It's a spin-off from Abbott Labs. They're a really good dividend payer. Procter & Gamble, we all know who that is. Realty Income, well, we've talked about them a fair bit. They pay every month, so you'll hear their name at least once every month. And then PBCT, People's United Financial. It's a Northeast regional bank, smaller bank. They have high lending standards, so I see a lot of their loans defaulting. A lot of other places would go first before them. Very small holding, but they just paid. So that's it for income so far for the first 2 weeks of the month. Made some new purchases, or not new purchases, just added to some existing purchases. No new money, is just money that was already in the account. I just decided to start kind of contributing small amounts here and there. No huge purchases. First thing I bought was actually contributed some money to an ETF, symbol FDVV, which is the Fidelity High Income High Dividend Fund. It's I think there's 102 holdings in it. And when I buy I don't hold a lot in ETFs, but before I buy one, I'll go and look at each and every individual holding and see if it's things I want to own. And actually, most of the things that are in there are things that are right up my alley, so I don't have a problem owning FDVV. Same with SDY, which is S&P High Dividend Fund. It also has about 100 holdings, but they're 100 very different from FDVV, so it's kind of, they complement each other really well. Made some additional purchases in that. Added to the position in Verizon and Southern Company, regulated utility. I really love that company. That position needs to be way bigger, but we'll get there over time. And then the last one would be LTC, which is a REIT, like I talked about in the previous video. They own long-term care facilities, which is, they've really taken a hit right now in this whole thing going on because they've been very susceptible to their tenants getting sick. But I have a very long, that's another thing, I have a very long time horizon here. I look at things over a 30-year period rather than what's going to happen this week. And over the course of 30 years, you know, do I think that there's going to be more elderly people that need long-term care or less? I happen to believe there's more. And on that note, with the 30-year time horizon thing, that's why you'll never see things like, you'll never see me invest in things like Facebook or Netflix, things like that. For one, they don't pay a dividend or anything, and two, to me, in my opinion, they're all a fad technology that eventually people will be done with them and moved on to the next thing. And that's just kind of the way I look at it. I don't really want to personally invest in things like that. So that kind of completes the recap here of the first 2 weeks of May. If you like this kind of thing, let me know. I understand it won't be everybody's cup of tea, but like I said, over the course of time, it's going to go some different places, and kind of interested to see how it goes and see the level of interest. And if you do something like this, if you have some side things going on, let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear about it, and kind of use this to motivate each other and push each other and keep going. I understand this is not everybody's cup of tea, and you think it's a waste of money, but it's my hobby. Some people ride motorcycles, some people smoke cigarettes. You could make a case that that's unhealthy. Some people go fishing. Well, I do this, so don't begrudge me my hobby, you know, just because you don't like it, and maybe even you'll pick something up along the way. So we will see you next week. Everybody take care and be safe.